Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Kirkwood Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Speech, and today our topic is about scary movies. I'm here today with Grace Carroll. How you doing, Grace?
I'm doing good.
So, our first topic is The Nun. So, what do you think about The Nun, basically?
I mean, after seeing most of the Conjuring franchises and how well people reacted to the Nun character in The Conjuring 2, I think it's going to be a very dark film and on somewhat of a touchy topic. Mm-hmm. Not very touchy, but on the aspect of like religion and like the darker parts of it.
Right, because this is supposed to be the scariest movie of the year. So, which is kind of like, you know, they said it's supposed to be the scariest movie of the year.
Basically. And of course, everyone's obviously going to be like, you know, I don't know if it's going to be exactly the scariest, or they're not going to be as like, you know.
Because The Nun is basically kind of off of Conjuring 2, basically. So basically, they're just running another thing, but just about the nun.
They're adding on a different story.
Right. Basically, what I've been hearing people say is that they're running out of ideas, basically, so they're just like going to the next thing.
Expect it to be very good.
Okay.
So I'm kind of gonna look past that, but if they try to do more after that, then I'm just gonna be like, okay, yeah, it needs to stop.
It just really needs to stop, honestly. So, next topic, Halloween. So, that's coming out. My favorite movie of all times. I literally watched almost every single scary movie made to know, especially Halloween. Halloween is the best movie this year. I actually saw the trailer, I don't know if you saw the trailer.
I saw it.
Okay, but I'm kind of scared for this one because it's just like, it's a different format, basically. Like, it's just following the day after the first Halloween movie. It's not all the sequels and everything like that. So I'm kind of scared for that, and I'm trying to see, like, how they, you know, I'm trying to see,
Since they're, like, jumping forward.
Yeah, they're just jumping forward, like, 40 years later and, like, disregarding, like, the other sequels. Figure out that Laurie Strode is Michael Myers' sister. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I hope it's a good movie, honestly.
I mean, I haven't seen any of the Halloween movies just because, like, I was never really into slasher films just because it wasn't, like, enough of a thrill for me. But, like, from, like, in the past, like, when it was, like, a big thing when it first came out.
Right.
Yeah, totally. I could see how that was, like, a horrifying deal.
And the thing I like about Michael Myers, it's just, the John Carpenter, the mindset of John Carpenter is just amazing. Basically, if you guys haven't heard of, like, Halloween, it's basically about a boy named Michael Myers, and he is, I want to say, possessed or being talked to by Sam Hain, who was the demon of souls of Halloween, and he is telling them to kill his family, and he's telling him to kill his family and kill his bloodline so he can be the only one left. So it was like Halloween 1978, and basically he was after this one girl named Laurie Strode, killed basically all of his friends, basically all of her friends, basically, and
wasn't she like the only survivor, basically?
Literally the only survivor. So I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a good movie, but there are going to be some, you know, modern type of stuff in there. Because I heard the original Michael Myers is playing in it, so I'm trying to see how that looks out. And I kind of didn't understand the trailer really, basically, because it's just like he's just chained up outside in a square, and I feel like that's supposed to mean something.
I'm pretty sure like there's some type of deeper meaning to that.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to be that, like with newer, like when they want to adapt an old movie into a new movie, especially horror ones, they tend to, like, you know, add the typical jump scare or whatever. I'm worried about that, but at some point in the trailer, towards the end, when there's a kid and his babysitter, he says, "Can you close the closet door?" And she goes to close it and it doesn't shut. And she keeps hitting it, then it opens, and then he's standing there. I mean, I'm kind of like that tension. I mean, it's not tense enough, at least to my standards. But feel like they try and push away from doing the typical jump scares that movies nowadays do, that I feel like it's going to be a really good movie.
Right, I really like it's really going to be a good movie. I mean, it's under new directions this year because I forgot what the name was. Danny McBride is also directing, by the way. So hopefully it's a good movie. I heard it's supposed to be funny and scary at the same time. So I don't know how that's going to work. All right, Slender Man. Grace, you saw the movie.
Yeah.
So basically, like, how?
So they cut out so much from the trailer. I don't know if anyone's seen the trailer, but there's a lot of stuff in the trailer that they just completely cut out from the film. So the whole movie was just kind of like there was a bunch of missing chunks, or they just changed up a bunch of stuff that didn't make sense.
Right.
So the movie in itself wasn't that good. I had high hopes for it at the beginning, so I was disappointed in the end. But the reason that they cut out so much was back in like 2015, there was that stabbing with the two girls that wanted to summon.
Right, exactly. They wanted to summon the Slender Man, basically.
Yeah. And they were worried about backlash from some of the stuff that they had in the film, so Sony just cut so much of it out, and then they just basically started from
And that's what
scratch.
really ticks me off sometimes, basically.
I mean,
don't cut the good stuff that you see in a trailer, because then people are going to come into the movie theater and expect that. And if you don't have that in your film, people are going to get kind of mad. It's like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah,
they
but I
cut
kinda
out
understand
all the good parts of the Blair Witch Project, and it just came out to be just a boring movie, just basically about 4 kids just going into a woods, finding a book and running away, and that's it. You don't know what happens to the people. They just get sucked up somewhere, and it's just like you never know. And then it ends with the scene with a girl like sobbing and crying, and then it's just over.
I kind of understand though, like their point of view. I mean, especially Sony being a big company, they were worried about the backlash from a lot of the girl's father of the girl that was stabbed, he was like, this would just fuel the fire in a way of the belief of Slender Man. But I still think overall, I'm hoping that when it comes out on DVD that there's going to be at least a director's cut.
At least an extended cut, basically.
I hope, because, because this used to scare me as a kid when I first read it.
I know, it used to scare me too.
Because I read it out when I was in the woods, too.
You were in the woods?
I was out at my grandma's house, and she lives out in the woods.
Oh.
And I listened to it, and I was up all night, seeing the shadows of the trees outside, and I would always... it was how I remember it. It was horrifying.
God. All right. So, hopefully... what would you rate it, basically?
I guess story-wise, I'd give it a 5. The film overall, since it was just some amalgamation of a bunch of different parts, I'd give it a 3.5 or a 4.
Basically, I would feel the same way too, because even though I haven't seen the movie, what you just told me, I just feel like it didn't have that gory feeling. So I would give it a 3.5 also out of 10. But plot-wise, I would give it a 7, because they did have a very good plot. So that was cool. All right. Since we have time left, we get to the best part of the topic. Chapter 2 is coming out in September 2019. The cast is out on Google. I heard Bill Hader's supposed to be playing Richie.
Yeah, I know the guy from Split plays Bill Denbrough. Yeah. I haven't seen Split yet. I really want to.
Yeah, I heard he's from Split. I can't wait for this movie to come out.
I'm already hyped.
You're already, basically...
A bunch of set pictures have already been released.
Right, exactly. And so, this is... Because I remember the first It movie was so... good. The box office even liked it, basically. It was the most highest gross movie of the year, basically. So I'm excited, basically.
I'm a little nervous though, I guess with the fact since they're all adults and we've seen what Pennywise can do in the first one.
Right.
And so somewhat we know all of his tricks, I guess. So I'm kind of nervous on how he's going to be viewed or portrayed in this second film. I mean, they've already released set pictures of like Bill's stunt double, Pennywise's stunt double.
Yeah.
They have a few scenes, and they've casted a few people a few characters that are from the book, and like I'm pretty sure I know what the opening's gonna be. Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. I feel because I remember in the old version, which was really boring. I heard there was a girl and she was like.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna be the little girl.
I don't think it's gonna be that.
I think it's gonna be the part the beginning of the book, which King always addresses so often, is when a gay couple is at this festival and these bullies corner them on a bridge and they push one of the boyfriends off, and below in the creek under the bridge, Pennywise emerges and just sucks him under the bridge, and basically, the spoiler, the kids are charged with the murders, but like King always keeps bringing it up and up throughout the book, right. And I'm thinking that that's going to be the opening.
I just wonder how long is this film going to be, because there were more kid parts in the old It movie than. Like, the way they did it in the first movie was awesome. Because basically it was more kid. I'm just scared
about it. It was a linear plot.
Yeah, a linear plot. So I'm just...
timeline.
So I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to do this movie with now they're grown-ups. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how are they going to make it, longer? Are they going to, like, put some parts back in the movie where they, like, were young and stuff like that?
I've seen some pictures from set where they had the young actors with the adult actors, like... both of their characters young and old. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be some form of flashback scenes, but not like full flashback scenes like in the 90s version. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen.
Right. I'm just, until September 2019, that's when it comes out. By the way, just want to let you guys know that Halloween will be coming out October 19th, so you can buy those tickets. Anything else? Well, I want to thank you for coming on my podcast today, Grace.
Thank you, AJ.
All right. From Anthony Speech Studios, this is Anthony Speech signing off from the Kirkwood Podcast. Have a nice day.